Imagine a civilization that flourished for over 3 millennia. A culture with its own language, its own writing, its own art, and a military prowess that challenged the greatest empires of its time. A civilization that rivaled Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, and Assyria, and that, for a brief period, even stole the famous Code of Hammurabi. Now, imagine that, despite all this grandeur, the name of this civilization rarely appears in history books. Its achievements are overshadowed, its cities forgotten, and its legacy often attributed to others. Welcome to the They Rewrote History channel. And today, we're going to unearth the secrets of the Elamites, the forgotten lords of the East, the lost civilization of Iran. Why was such a powerful and enduring people almost erased from historical narratives? Prepare for a journey through time, where the truth is more fascinating than the legend. Our story begins more than 5,000 years ago, around 3200 BC, in the fertile lands of southwestern present-day Iran, in the provinces of Khuzestan and Lorestan. While Mesopotamia saw the flourishing of Sumer, an equally ancient and complex civilization emerged to the east, Elam. Unlike their Semitic neighbors, the Elamites possessed an autochthonous culture, deeply rooted in the Iranian Plateau, and, most intriguingly, a language that continues to challenge linguists to this day, Elamite. Considered an isolated language, Elamite has no known relatives. Think of Basque, Korean, or Japanese, languages that don't fit into the major language families. Elamite is like that. This suggests a very ancient and independent origin, distinct from the Semitic and Indo-European languages that would dominate the region. They developed their own writing system, proto-Elamite, and later linear Elamite, which for a long time remained an undecipherable mystery. Recently, French researcher François Desset announced significant advances in deciphering linear Elamite, opening new windows to understanding this culture. Later, they would adapt Mesopotamian cuneiform writing into their own language, a testament to their capacity for assimilation and adaptation. The two main capitals of Elam were Susa, in the plain, a vibrant metropolis and commercial center, and Anshan, in the mountains, a political and religious center. This geographical and cultural duality was the backbone of the Elamite kingdom, allowing them to control strategic routes between the lowlands and the highlands, rich in natural resources such as metals, precious stones, and timber, vital commodities for Mesopotamia, which was poor in these resources. Susa, the capital in the plain, was a city of legends. Mentioned in the Bible and later Persian texts, it was a center of power and culture for millennia. But the true jewel in the Elamite crown, and perhaps its most impressive monument, is the ziggurat of Chogha Zanbil. Built around the 13th century BC by King Untashnapirisha, this ziggurat is one of the few well-preserved examples outside of Mesopotamia. Chogha Zanbil was not just a temple, it was a monumental religious complex dedicated to the god Shushanak, protector of Susa. Its construction demonstrated not only the wealth and power of the Elamite kings, but also their architectural sophistication and profound religiosity. The ziggurat, with its ascending levels, was an artificial mountain that sought to touch the heavens, a link between the earthly and the divine world. The discovery of Chogha Zanbil, by chance, during an oil exploration in 1935, is a reminder of how many treasures of history still lie forgotten beneath the earth. Elamite art, although often influenced by Mesopotamian art, possessed a distinct style, characterized by powerful and expressive figures. Cylinder seals, bronze statuettes, and stone reliefs tell stories of gods, kings, and daily life. Elamite religion, with deities such as Humban, the supreme god, Shushanak, and the mother goddess Kirirasha, was a central pillar of their identity, distinct from Mesopotamian pantheons, reinforcing their cultural uniqueness. The history of Elam is inseparable from the history of Mesopotamia. For millennia, the relationship between these two powers was a complex dance of war and peace, rivalry and exchange. The Elamites were not mere supporting actors, they were leading players, capable of delivering devastating blows against their neighbors. In 2004 BC, Elamite pressure was a crucial factor in the fall of the Third Dynasty of Ur, an event that marked the end of an era for the Sumerians. But perhaps the Elamites' most audacious act occurred in the 12th century BC, when they sacked Babylon and took priceless war trophies to Susa, the famous Code of Hammurabi and the Stele of Naram-Sin. Think about it, the Code of Hammurabi, one of the most important legal documents in human history, was found in Susa, not Babylon. This was not just plunder, it was a declaration of power, an attempt to transfer the religious and political legitimacy of the Mesopotamian gods to Elamite soil. It was a way of saying, we are the new masters. This rivalry, however, was not just about war. Trade was a vital link. Elam controlled access to essential resources that Mesopotamia lacked. This mutual need forced periods of diplomacy and agreements, creating a complex cultural mosaic where the boundary between enemy and partner was constantly renegotiated. The cultural symbiosis was profound. The Elamites adopted cuneiform writing, and artistic and administrative elements were shared, although Elam maintained its distinct religious identity. Elamite resilience, which had lasted for millennia, found its limit before the most efficient war machine of antiquity, the Neo-Assyrian Empire. For the Assyrians, Elam was a constant thorn in their side, as it frequently supported Babylonian revolts against Nineveh's rule. This unstable alliance between Elamites and Babylonian rebels was seen as an unacceptable betrayal by the Assyrian monarchs. The tension escalated into a series of punitive campaigns aimed not only at subjugation but also at eradicating the Elamite threat. The final confrontation became inevitable. Under the reign of Ashurbanipal, 668 to 627 BC, Assyria launched devastating attacks that culminated in the total destruction of Susa in 647 BC. Assyrian chronicles recount a scene of horror. Temples were demolished, royal tombs desecrated, and the land salted to render it infertile. The population was massacred or deported en masse, a common tactic to prevent future revolts. This event marked the end of Elam as an independent power. It was a civilizational trauma, an act of annihilation aimed at erasing the memory of a people. Although their culture influenced the future Achaemenid Persians, the Elamite political entity disappeared, ending one of the longest and most vibrant chapters of ancient history. The destruction left by the Assyrians created a power vacuum on the Iranian Plateau. And it is in this vacuum that the future heirs of Elam emerged, the Persians and the Medes. Indo-Iranian tribes migrating to the region gradually occupied the lands that once belonged to Elam, such as the important region of Anshan. When Cyrus the Great founded the vast Achaemenid Persian Empire, he not only conquered what remained of Elamite territory but also declared himself the successor to its kings. Cyrus adopted the Elamite title of King of Anshan, a clear attempt to legitimize his rule and connect with the region's former glory. This demonstrates that, even after the political downfall, Elamite memory and influence persisted. And most surprisingly, although the Elamite kingdom disappeared from maps, the Elamites survived within the Persian structure. The Elamite language remained one of the official languages of the Persian Empire, alongside Old Persian and Akkadian. Many of Cyrus and Darius I's scribes and administrators were Elamites, possessing millennia of bureaucratic experience and a deep knowledge of the region. Darius I even rebuilt Susa, transforming it into one of the administrative capitals of his empire, keeping alive the geographical location of the ancient Elamite glory. The famous Behistun inscription, which was the key to deciphering cuneiform, was written in 3 languages: Old Persian, Akkadian, and, of course, Elamite. The Elamite people continued to exist as a distinct ethnic group within successive empires, but their language only completely disappeared from everyday use around the 11th century AD, after the Islamic invasion and the complete Iranization of the region. Politically, they ceased to exist in 647 BC, but culturally, they provided the administrative and artistic DNA for the great empires of Iran. The Elamites are a powerful testament to how history is often written by the victors, or by those who left the most records. But, as we have seen today, absence in popular narratives does not mean absence of importance. They were a vibrant, innovative, and resilient civilization that shaped the ancient Near East in profound and lasting ways. By unearthing their stories, we are, in fact, rewriting history, giving voice to the forgotten masters of the East. What other civilization would you like to see unearthed? Leave your comments below, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss the next discoveries. Until next time, and keep questioning history.